Welcome back. We're just poring over some of the trends on the data, the AMFI data that has come out for the month of January. So the first headline is that the inflows continue to pile in equity funds because the number has crossed 21,000 crores for the month of January. I'm looking at some other trends, and there's no let up in the excitement on small cap funds, by the way, because as I see the numbers, the inflow on the small cap side again seems to be above 3,000 crores, 3,256 to be precise. But the interesting aspect is that finally, large cap funds are also drawing in some money. That's the mid cap numbers. The mid cap number continues to be very, very robust as well. That's what I'm talking about. So the interesting trend is after many, many months, finally there's some interest now coming back on the large cap side with over 1,200 crores coming in. In fact, the large and mid category also has pulled in close to 2,300 crores. So the whole sort of, I suppose, the effort the industry has also been making to tell people to also consider large caps, not just make a huge rush for small caps and mid caps. Maybe that's bearing fruit. On that note, let's bring in some experts to weigh in on this. We have Sunil Subramaniam, MD and CEO of Sundaram Mutual Fund, joining in. And we also have Mr. Heredia of Mahindra. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being with us. Sunil, if I could start with you, 21,700 crores on the equity side. That's not a small number, is it?
No, it's a fantastic number. And I think more important than the increase in the number is what you pointed out, is the success of the industry through its distributors, right? To actually reposition large cap and large and mid cap. Because as you know, there is a significant valuation difference. The mid caps are at a 14% premium and small caps at a 22% premium. So from a retail investor's perspective, I think the guidance from the industry, so the AMCs or its distribution partners, I think has been very good, and the success is seen in the large cap and the large and mid cap flows increasing. I think the SIP number continues to be robust. So the longer term trend of people taking in a medium term view of the market also continues. And mid caps have also shown a sharp increase. Small caps, there's a small decrease I saw from 3.6 to 3.2, but mid caps have gone up to 2,000 crores. So I think the broad basing means that mutual fund managers will get money to buy across the cap curve. And this month in January, when you saw 25,000 crores of FI outflows, it's a wonderful opportunity. Go and pick good quality stocks which have been sold by the FIIs. There's money now in fund managers' hands. So I view this as a very, very robust thing. In addition, we also saw that the hybrid category with multi-asset funds, right, have raised almost 5,000 crores in this month in terms of new fund offers. And Sundaram also had a fund offer which almost raised 1,900 crores. So I think that money will also be largely large cap oriented, because in the hybrid, fund managers will not take too much small and mid cap. So I see a good buying support coming from the large cap and the larger mid caps now in the market, thereby spreading the rally out in a more sustainable and less volatile basis.
So I'm glad you brought up the NFO sort of part of it, because it's very, very clear, and I think Pavitra is also putting out some numbers, because this is the second month running where new fund offerings have pulled in over 6,000 crores. So that total number that we're seeing, over 6,000 crores is coming in from new fund offerings. And Mr. Heredia, if I could come to you on this, what do you make of the trend? It's great to get the money. A lot of it could be multi-asset funds, I suppose. Actually, tell us, what are the new flavors? And the question is, how sticky do you think will this money be that the NFOs are pulling in?
Well, Sunil, thanks. And I agree with your comment, firstly, that, this is the first couple of months we're seeing a reasonable decline in the small cap. In fact, more than the net flow, look at the gross flow, right? The gross flows on small caps are less than 15% of the total flows. And that kind of suggests that more money now is coming into large and mid and flexi and multi-cap, which I think are, as you talked about, flavors of the day. I think flexi and multi-cap is, to my mind, from an industry standpoint, the key products that we're telling our distribution partners to advise their clients to look at. From an NFO perspective, I'll divide it into two parts. The part I like is multi-asset, because I think it's an important way for us to be able to access some of the fixed income money that, frankly, hasn't come into the industry after the tax law change. And I would say a large proportion of the NFOs that have got money are in that space. And that's, I think, very, very good news. The second part that I would be probably a little watchful is that a lot of thematic and sectoral equity NFOs, and I would think customers and investors should be fairly more sanguine than they seem to be in putting money into work with that kind of space. Because to my mind, staying diversified, staying across capitalizations is perhaps the broader message that we've been giving as an industry.
Anthony, Sunil, thank you very much for joining in and weighing in with your initial opinion. We'll keep poring over the data and try and get more nuances for our viewers. But in the meantime, let's get a